Good morning, everybody. Hey, wanted to just kind of take some time on Tuesday, talk about some technical stuff, just some aspects of what we're seeing in the marketplace right now as far as the technical underwriting of how people are doing things. One of the things that I'm seeing people advertise is that this deal is COVID underwritten, or that this is being, tested to a new standard. And I guess my question is, why do we need a new standard? And what is the reality of why that standard changed? I know that banks are tightening up the regulation. Banks are tightening up lending. They want to see more interest reserves in the deal. They want to see, 6 to 12 months of principal and interest payments in reserve on deals, which is definitely requiring more cash in the deal. But it also comes back to how much people have going forward and what's going on with their underwriting on that regard. So at the end of the day, it really makes a lot of sense for people to look at why they're underwriting it and how they're getting it to that point. But the reality is, why would that underwriting need to change so much? What would be the thing that would change how you fund a deal? And the reality is, if you can't fund a deal, well, if you've got to change the way you're funding the deal because you've got to put cash into it, all of a sudden OPPMs, right, kind of lose their luster because people aren't able to do it with no cash in the game because they're really wanting some skin in the game at this point, which isn't that really what you're supposed to have had in the game anyway? I guess I look at it from a different standpoint because in a ground-up development deal, we're putting all of our time, effort, and money into creating the development deal that we have. So we've got 6-8 months of due diligence, of zoning meetings, of architectural drawings, all the things that go into what happens next. And so really what I'm looking for is I'm looking for that to bring me something in fruition and to be able to see that, hey, you know what, I got that done. But that doesn't mean that at the end of the day, I have no money in the deal. I've got blood, I've got sweat, and I've got cash in the deal. So at the end of the day, it always brings it back to how much do I have in the deal. So when you guys see COVID underwritten, when you see this deal now tested to the COVID standard, that should be a hell of a red flag to everybody that maybe their standards before weren't quite where they should have been. And maybe it's time to take a little bit deeper look under the hood to see what's really going on in the underwriting and to really pay attention as to how they're getting to the number that they're coming up with. Because it's not all fun and games. It's not all just about what you put on a spreadsheet, because any banker will tell you, you can make the spreadsheet tell you anything you want, but the underwriting and the truth of the numbers that are being portrayed to you is really what it boils down to. So guys, make sure you know your numbers. Make sure you can get to the real numbers underneath and really understand them and really have a grasp that what's being projected on the paper is true and that you're really going to be able to achieve those kind of returns. So guys, that's my technical tip for Tuesday. Be sure to join us on the Real Estate Rundown. It's a podcast you can find on all the platforms, Apple, Anchor, all of those. It's the Real Estate Rundown with me, Shannon Robnett. We'll talk to you later, guys. Enjoy your Tuesday and have a beautiful day.